Okay, so here is PMCB Pharmacyte Biotech. This finishes at $3.48. That is down 64.85%. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here's AMC. This finishes at $33.82 today. That is down 7.47%. So, no specific news or anything on AMC. Just more ape stuff going on here. Extremely volatile stock. So, had a pretty bad day today. After 4 days of green. Kind of expected, but still pretty nasty. So, let's analyze this. So, right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of $34.80 and $32. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be $34.80, $37.70, $40.15, $42, $44.65, $48, $51.25, $55, $58, $62.50, $65, $68.50, and then the all-time high $72.62. Now if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 32, 29, 26, 2040, 1730, 1650, and then 14. And there's a bunch of support below 14, but we're not going to discuss that right now. So right now at this current price, 33.82, the channels to the upside and the downside, they're pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. You know, this is nothing new. This stock is extremely volatile. However, if/when this comes back down to $14, the channels start to narrow. So I expect the price action to slow down significantly if/when this comes down to $14. RSI is currently at 45, so that's a little below average. But according to the RSI, this is around pretty fair market value here. And this did 48 million in volume today, which is below average. Average is 72 million. That's a little suspicious. That makes me think that this sell-off today is a fluke. So we have a possible cup and handle here. Top of the cup being around 58 and the bottom being around 29. Hopefully 29 was the bottom and we will start to see a reversal soon. It kind of looks like this is starting to reverse, but we still don't have confirmation that this is in fact a cup and handle. But possible cup and handle here. So that's a bullish indicator. So honestly, it's a little bit hard to tell where this is going in the short term. But if it were my best guess, I would say this is more likely to go to the upside just based on the RSI being below average. That's a slightly bullish indicator. There was low volume today, so the sell-off seems like a fluke. And the possible cup and handle. So we are getting a few bullish indicators here and some neutral indicators. So no guarantees, but to me this looks like it's more likely to go to the upside. Not financial advice. So if you want to go long, here at 34, not a bad price. But if you wait a little bit, you should be able to get this at 32 or maybe even 29. So not saying you should go long, but if you do decide to go long, 34 is not a bad price. And if it comes down to 32 and 29, I would rebuy. Now, if you want to go short, honestly, I don't recommend that. I wouldn't do that. This does have potential to go to the downside. But as I said, we have some bullish indicators here. So it's more likely it goes to the upside. And if it does go to the upside, you really don't want to be caught in the middle of that. This is an extremely volatile stock. You don't want to get squeezed out. That is going to be really nasty. So while you can make some pretty decent money here, I don't think the risk is worth the reward. So I would not recommend going short here. So sorry to everyone who lost money on this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMC. Okay, so here is PMCB Pharmacyte Biotech. This finishes at $3.48. That is down 64.85%. So I covered this one yesterday. I said that it's probably going down. It's probably going to crash hard, probably going timber. And today it went timber. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Not much data to analyze here. Only got about 10 days of trading. But let's see what we can see here. So yesterday, this gapped up at 350. Fills the gap down at 655. And today we have another gap down. This gap down at 610. So that's actually a bullish indicator. That is telling us that this is likely to come back up to 610 eventually to fill that gap. So we got 3 gaps here. First one filled. Second one just filled today. Came back down to 350. Now we have another gap down. So yeah, that's a bullish indicator. That means that this is likely to come back up to 610 eventually to fill the gap. Can't say how long, but eventually. Now this actually wasn't doing so bad. In the pre-market, it was holding up pretty good. It hit 1250 at one point. Around 7 o'clock, some news came out. They are doing an at-the-money offering, and that instantly sent the stock from $8.40. It came crashing down to $4. So really bad news, really bad PR. An offering is never good for the stock price, but this was really, really nasty. So yeah, it came down to $4, and now it finishes the day at $3.40. So this did 50 million in volume today. Pretty significant volume. Not as much as yesterday, but still very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. Now, if you want to go long, I would hold off right now. This still probably has more room to run to the downside. It's probably not over yet. So I think if you hold off a little bit, you should be able to get a better price. I can't tell you what price, but this appears like it still has room to run to the downside. So just be a little patient. You should be able to get this for a better price. And this should come back up to 610 eventually to fill the gap. Now, if you want to go short, I don't recommend that. I don't think that's a good idea. You should have went short today. You already missed the 65% drop. At this point, you'd be shorting for crumbs. You can still probably make some money, but you missed a big opportunity, and there's the gap down. So that's a bullish indicator. So if you short here, that'd be kind of a high risk, low reward play. Doesn't really make too much logical sense. You already missed your chance going short. Just move on to the next one. If you go short here, you'll probably get yourself in a lot of trouble. So I don't think going short's a good idea. I would not recommend that. So sorry to everyone who lost money on this one today. Very disgusting. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is PMCB Pharmacyte Biotech. Okay, here's Robinhood, HOOD. This finishes at $44.69 today. Nice. That is down 10.26%. And we have a CNBC article about this, so let's take a look at that. Robinhood meme rally falters as stock drops 10% to lowest price since shortly after IPO. Robinhood shares dropped 10% on Thursday, falling to the lowest since shortly after its IPO 3 weeks ago. In its first earnings report as a public company, Robinhood said late Wednesday that revenue more than doubled in the second quarter to $565 million. But the company's reliance on the meme-inspired cryptocurrency Dogecoin for most of its growth isn't giving investors much confidence about future quarters. So yeah, we had earnings yesterday. It appears to be a sell-the-news event. The investors seem like they really did not like the earnings. And right after the earnings got released in the aftermarket yesterday, the stock was tanking, and that continued on to today. This sell-off today was mainly because of bad earnings. So we have a possible cup and handle here forming. Top of the cup could be $70. It could be $85. But this does appear like it is bottoming out, finding some support. So hopefully this finds the bottom soon and reverses. So the RSI is currently at 56, so a little above average, but right around where it's supposed to be. So according to the RSI, this current price, $44.69, is pretty fair market value. And this did 18.5 million in volume today. That seems to be below average, so that's a little suspicious. Makes me think that this sell-off today was a fluke. Not confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, I do think Robinhood is a really good company, and long-term for sure, this stock is going to go up. But I think at the current moment, this current price, $44.70, isn't the greatest entry. I would hold off a little bit, maybe a couple weeks to a couple months, honestly, because this is a brand new stock. Nobody knows what the true value should be just yet. This could keep coming down. You'll probably be holding a pretty big bag if you bought in here at 44.70. So, yeah, long term, I do like the stock, but I think you should wait, be patient for a much better price. Who knows? Maybe you can get this at 35, maybe an all-time low. Maybe you can get this at 30. I can't really say. But if you wait, you should be able to get a much better price. So I support going long, just not yet. Have some patience. Now, if you want to go short, I wouldn't do that, and I don't recommend that. This is a meme stock, and while you can make some decent money, I don't think the risk is worth the reward here. If the apes pile in, and this gets good PR, and the street starts coming around to it, this thing can squeeze, this thing can moon, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You don't want to be on the short side if that happens. And that's a real possibility. So, yes, you can probably make some money. I can't say how much, but I think that it's just not worth it in this situation, and there are much better opportunities in the market to go short. The risk is not worth the reward here. So, I wouldn't do it, and I don't encourage that. So, sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is HOOD, Robinhood. Here's Alibaba, BABA. This finishes at $160.55 today. That is down 6.85%. So yeah, more Chinese FUD. The FUD is not over yet. Still a lot of concerns about China cracking down on these tech companies. It's been real rough. So we have multiple gap downs here. And for the past couple of days, it's been gapping down a lot. Over and over again. So that's actually a bullish indicator. That's telling us that this is likely to come back up to 212 to fill that gap. Hopefully pretty soon. Can't say how long, but hopefully pretty soon. And 212 is not the only gap down. We have multiple gap downs, but that's the highest one that hasn't filled yet. So right now this is sitting on the support of 160, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 167, 172.50, 176, 180, 186, 190, 197, 201, 205, 211.50, 216, 220, 226.50, 232, 236, 241, 246, 250, 255, 260, 267, 271, 276, 279, 284.50, 289, 295, 299, 303.50, 308, and then the all-time high, 319. And if this goes to the downside, we're going back a couple years here now. Next level of support would be 155, 149, 140.50, and then the low of 129. So the RSI is currently at 20. So that is extremely, extremely undervalued, extremely oversold. You rarely see RSI 20 and below. And this did 62 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, I think that Alibaba is a great company. I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. Long term, they have a great future ahead of them. However, at this current moment, with all this Chinese FUD going on, nobody knows where the bottom is. So personally, I wouldn't buy in right here. I would hold off and see how far this thing can go. Can't say how low it's going to go, but it doesn't appear to be over just yet. So I support going long. Just hold off for a little bit till whenever this FUD is over. Don't know how long that's going to be. A lot of people are very wary of buying the stock right now. Now, if you want to go short, I don't recommend that. I don't think that's a good idea. We got a lot of bullish indicators here. Low RSI, multiple gap downs. This will come back eventually. And this might come back pretty hard. This is a legitimate blue chip stock. Very good company. Not really one you want to bet against. If you want to go short right now, you'd be shorting at a yearly low. So I think you already missed your opportunity. You probably can make some money, but you'd be shorting for crumbs right here. This stock can come flying back up and you're going to get caught holding the bag. So not really a great idea. Yeah, it's high risk, low reward play if you want to go short here. Doesn't really make too much logical sense. So I wouldn't do that, and I do not recommend that. So, sorry to everyone who lost money on this one today and the past year. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is Alibaba. So here is SNOA, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals. This finishes at $8.15 today. That is up 50.65%. So we had some news on this, so let's take a look at that. So they announced that they launched 2 new dental products. Not quite sure what those products are or how good they're going to be, but this was big news. Very positive PR, and this sent the stock flying today. At one point, this hit $13.40 and has since pulled back all the way back to $8.15, and it's at $7.50 in the aftermarket. So first of all, we have a gap up here at around $5.70. So that's a bearish indicator. That's telling us that this is likely to come back down to $5.70 eventually, probably in the short term, to fill that gap. RSI is currently at 67. So not quite overbought and overvalued, but quickly approaching that, so be careful, guys. And this did 119.5 million in volume today. Very, very significant volume. Average volume is 800,000. This is the biggest volume day ever for this stock. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, I highly advise against that. You missed your chance. It already ran today. Up 51%. A lot of bearish indicators here. High RSI, high volume, gap up. So this is a pretty bearish looking chart here. It's screaming sell/short. If you were to go long here, you're probably going to be holding the bag. This definitely has a lot more downside potential. So, really doesn't seem like a smart play. I don't see why you would go long here. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play. For the reasons I just stated, high RSI, high volume, gap up, those are all bearish indicators. Very bearish looking chart. This should come back down to 570 to fill the gap in the short term. So you should be able to make a pretty decent amount of money here going short. I'm probably going to go for it, and I support everyone who wants to do so as well. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. Consider cashing out, taking profits, not financial advice, but it's probably coming down. So I would encourage you guys to lock up the profit. And good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SNOA, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals. Okay, so here is SONN, Sonnet Biotherapeutics. This finishes at $1.22 today. That is up 63.74%. So there was no news or anything to justify this price action, so probably just a lot of ape stuff going on. Apes piled in, institutions piled in, causing a short squeeze. At one point, this got over $2 and has since pulled back significantly back to 122, and it's down to 110 in the aftermarket. So this gapped up at 90 cents. So that is a bearish indicator that is telling us that this is likely to come back down to 90 cents eventually, probably in the short term, to fill that gap. RSI is currently at 57, so that's pretty average actually. So according to the RSI, this is around where it should be. Pretty fair market value. And this did 209 million in volume today. Very big volume day. Biggest volume day ever for this stock. The average is 2.1 million. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, I would hold off for right now. This should come back to at least 90 cents to fill the gap. And maybe it'll go even lower. But definitely here at 122 is not the greatest entry. And there's a very high chance that this is going to come back to 90 and lower. So I support going long. Just hold off right now. You should be able to get this at a much better price. Now, if you want to go short, I support that. But it's a little bit risky. realistically, you should only be able to make like 10 or 20% from this. From 122 to 90 is really not that far off. So you're not going to make the most tendies here, but it's still a pretty decent short play. You want to make your tendies and get out. So I would support going short in the short term. Like in the next couple of days. Get your money and get out. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. Consider taking profits, not financial advice. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is SONN, Sonnet Biotherapeutics. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.